President Emmerson Mnangagwa took oath of office after his victory in the just-ended harmonized elections. In the next few days, he is expected to name his cabinet, a team that will help him carry the hopes of millions of Zimbabweans over the next 5 years. The question on many people's minds is, who will make it into the team? Well, it's probably a matter of days before we find out.
The walls of presidency knows the time and date. What is certain, however, is that a new government should be formed after elections. And so, a list of ministers is being drawn up or has been completed.
Now, let's look at some details on the appointment of cabinet ministers. The assumption of office by the new president marks the start of a new government. After this point, the president is expected to appoint vice presidents and ministers to form a new cabinet. According to Section 108, subsection 1C of the Constitution, the previous cabinet was dissolved on the day the president assumed office. The Constitution obliges the president, without delay, after being elected, to appoint either one or two vice presidents who hold office at his pleasure. It is also obligatory for the president to appoint at least some ministers. These include a minister responsible for the civil service, a minister of defense, a minister responsible for the police, a minister responsible for the National Intelligence Service, and a minister responsible for the prisons and correctional service. The Constitution of Zimbabwe does not set a limit to the number of ministers or ministries. Section 104, subsection 3 of the Constitution allows only 5 appointments of ministers and deputy ministers to be made from outside Parliament, and also stipulates that the 5 appointees must be chosen for their professional skills as well as competence. A suspected cannibal believed to be behind a spate of gruesome murders around Harare's central business district allegedly cooked and ate some of his victims' body parts. The suspect was arrested and appeared in court today. His targets were mainly children living on the streets. More details in the following report.
His name is Thandolwenkosi, meaning God's love, but his alleged deeds do not in any way show the love of God. He may just be the devil incarnate, aptly nicknamed Sauro, like the biblical Saul. He, without remorse, cold-heartedly killed his victims, all homeless people.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police confirms the arrest of Thandolwenkosi Ndlovu, who is a suspect in connection with the 5 murder cases which occurred in Harare CBD between the 28th of August 2023 and the 4th of September 2023.
Market watchers have welcomed President Emmerson Mnangagwa's position that the current multi-currency system in Zimbabwe will remain in place. A government gazetted the multi-currency system into law in June 2022. Business Weekly Deputy Editor Kuzanai Sharara spoke to ZTN Prime earlier.
At the moment, more than probably 90% of transactions are now in US dollars, and deposits in banks, more than 90% are in US dollars. Loans given by banks, again, over 90% are in US dollars. So there is obviously the Zim dollar is being pushed out of the market, and so if they say that no country can develop without its own currency, the question is, what are they going to do to make sure that there is increased use of the local currency?
Australia cricket legend and former Chevron's assistant coach Jeff Thomson has commended the move by grassroots cricket to spread the game of cricket across Zimbabwe, saying it will give children from underprivileged communities a chance to play as well as something to smile about.
Hi, Jeff Thompson here. We're just talking here. We have a lunch for grassroots cricket in Zimbabwe. I've been asked what do I think it does. I mean, I just saw the short video. The kids from poor areas, it doesn't matter if they're from affluent areas or whatever, but give them a chance, introduce them to the game. I mean, soccer gets around everywhere. Cricket is just as good a game. It's just as easy to play. Admittedly, you need a bit more gear to play cricket, but people get out there, as we've seen on the video, and help these kids from poor areas. And you can see the look on the kids' faces. They love it. And it just gives them something to look forward to, something to think about, instead of just wandering around. It actually gives them some goals.